Всім доброї ночі, хто не спить. Португалія, обрігадо. Та всім, хто буде. Може поки чайку бахнути, замотити і так підготуватися. Скоро будемо дивитися RESTREAM трансляції Xbox Partner Preview. Вона була десь 2 дні назад, не помиляюсь. В четвер вона була. 2 дні тому. Так що скоро будемо починати дивитися. Скоро. Вона там недовго йде, вона там біля 40 хвилин йде. Так що всім привітулі, ще раз доброї ночі. Йдемо робити чай. Не чутно. Португалія, Фоксі, Олегіч. Anybody hear me? Юрєс, ні, я не впав зі стула. Та мене подставка для телефону впала. Я з телефона чат дивлюсь. Подставка для телефона впала. У мене камери нема. Мені треба буде камеру якусь купити. Ні, верніше, у мене була колись камера. Ну вона щось не працює. Та треба буде якусь камеру собі взяти. Добре, що це не я впав. Все, погнали. Зараз буде Alan Wake. Доповнення. Xbox Partner Preview tonight. Alan Wake. Peggy 18.
I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? I mean, what does it mean?
22 жовтня. Alan Wake. Будемо проходити. 22 жовтня.
Remedy Entertainment
Agent
Game
Kieran
present.
Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons.
But the water could not flow.
От за цю чувішку будемо грати.
Became trapped, stagnant.
Remedy Entertainment представляє
Looking for release.
О, сок.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now.
Зомбарді. Гранатомет.
Odwyk Doromsowa.
In a forest. Not here. Not here. Not here.
22 жовтня. Тільки до каналі себе.
Find out how Remedy is bringing a darker tone and
Чувішка,
horror
вона
elements
схожа,
to
знаєш,
Alan Wake 2's second
Зоряні
expansion,
війни.
The Lake House,
Це ця
exclusively
акторка.
on Xbox Wire.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, от за неї є. Це ця чувішка грає. А це ж таке. А, це от Кронос. Диви, Юрєт, зараз офігієш. Ну, блін, непоганий проект від Bloober Team. Bloober Team.
Bloober Team представляє.
Це розробники Silent Hill 2 ремейк. От які ми Silent Hill граємо, це вони. Це польська студія також, як і CD Projekt Red. Коротше, поляки, блін, роблять офігенні ігри. Хоча, блін, у нас GSC Game World, Stalker 2 і Stalker взагалі також знана у світі. На Dead Space похоже, да? Трошки. Якась ноль гравітація. Прикольно, да, сховав зброю? Хронос. Ну, Хронос це щось зв'язано з часами. Ні? З часом. Офігенно графоні, диви. У 25-му році. Ну, це якийсь безплатний шутерок показують просто. Фрі-то-плейний. Да, мені також сподобалось, от тому захотів. От, в принципі, заради того ролика і цю презентацію подивитися. Офігенний проект, цікаво, що у них вийде, реально, ну, просто якісь прям заінтригували цим Кроносом. Воно і Dead Space нагадує, і не знаю, що ще. От що воно нагадує реально. Типу Death Stranding, щось типу Death Stranding і Dead Space. Щось. Ну, Death Stranding, ти знаєш, Юрєт, що ми проходимо Death Stranding, да? Також треба більше часу. Ну, там симулятор ходьби, в принципі, ну, там класно Кодзіма придумав. Але тут прям хоррор такий. Прям хоррор. Це нова Якудза про піратів. Типа пірати Карибського моря. Це Олегіч фанат. Якудза. То, що на кораблях можна плавати. Воно мені нагадує цей... Типу Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Пираты против 50 цента, бля. Графоний? Графа прикольно. Я не знаю, якщо б її додали в Game Pass, або була б нормальна ціна, можливо, типу по фану пограти за піратів. Так, для разнообразия. 21 лютого, да? 21 лютого 25-го.
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii takes the series
Like
in
a
a
Dragon,
direction
Pirate
we
Yakuza in
never
Hawaii.
expected. Find out about its naval battles on Xbox Wire.
Пірати? Да хрен його знаю. Да не дуже. Просто по фану, типу на розслабоні така гра, типу позитивна, знаєш, Юрець? Для разнообразия, типу, ну, позитивчик такий. Як би тобі пояснити? Там атмосфера така прикольна, типу. Море, оце от, кораблі, оце от. Оце прикольний діснеївський шутер Мікі Маус. Чисто вообще по фану. Шутанчик. Тоже в 25-му виходить. Я б таке не купляв би безплатно, Юрець каже. Про піратів? Ну, скоріш за все, що я би цей проект я його пропускаю про піратів. Ну, звичайно ж, я би його теж не купив. Я ж кажу, по геймпасу. Якщо воно буде в підписці, розумієш, що таке підписка? Xbox Game Pass. Ну, Game Pass коштує на місяць 400 гривень. От я беру Game Pass. Так в Game Pass буде Stalker. В Game Pass буде Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Індіана Джонс. Розумієш, що таке Game Pass? Ну, Мікі Маус, да, по приколу. А іменно купляти по фул прайсу, ну от по фул прайсу я купив Silent Hill 2, наприклад. Там Alan Wake я купляв. Jedi я купляв. Багато що купляв по фул прайсу. Ну от, блін, Alone in the Dark я купив по фул прайсу, хоча я пожалкував, що я його купив. Реально, вона тих грошей не коштує. Alone in the Dark отой. Ну реально, ну... Виглядає дуже... Особливо, коли я вже в Silent Hill 2 пограв, і в Alan Wake, і в Resident Evil 4 ремейк, розумієш, да, про що я говорю? І тим більше Last of Us 2, і Last of Us 1 ремейк. Оцей Alone in the Dark просто вообще... Ну, такий нішовий проект Б-категорії, ну, дуже примітивщина. Хоча гра з великою історією, блін, там класний сюжет, вони могли зробити його на Unreal Engine 5, там додати графонію, блін, шутерні механіки якось покращити, я не знаю, а вони скатилися, ну, реально скатилися в категорію Б. Хоча Вон Silent Hill, вона,
Dive
блін,
into
ну,
uncharted waters in
просто шедевр
Subnautica 2.
получився. Так.
Adventure alone or with friends as you try to survive
Так, якщо
on
буде
an
в
all-new
підписці, то
mysterious alien
я би
planet.
зрозумів.
Learn more exclusively on Xbox Live.
Субнаутика друга частина показали. Субнаутика друга частина. Це якась фуфня, блін.
I am Shadow Donkey. Animal World is a game of many
Формульна.
shadows.
Какашка.
Game where
Я
every
хотів...
animal casts a shadow, and as a game
Хотів
where you
сказати,
cast a shadow, and
що це
sometimes
граєш за
even the
какаху
shadow of a
якусь.
shadow can cast a shadow.
Що це таке, блядь? За какаху
At
бігаєш.
times, you must step out of the shadows and reveal the secret which has been lurking in the shadows all along.
Ну,
Because if
ти
these
знаєш,
shadows are
от
allowed to
я
remain
от
within the
завжди
shadows,
кажу, що
then
на
who
кожний
knows what
товар
kind of
є
shady
свій
shadow stuff
покупець.
these shadows are gonna do
На
next in the
кожний
shadows.
товар. Є люди, яким
What we
подобаються
must always
такі
remember is that
інді-проекти,
without shadows there is no
там
light.
зроблені там на
These
фізику,
shadows are
знаєш.
evil, but some are not. And we have to
Гарні
look into the
анімації.
shadow of the shadow of the shadow to realize
Там
the
люди
shadow of the shadow.
от заліпають в Nintendo, сидять, знаєш, там портативний геймінг,
So basically what
там
I'm
Steam
saying,
Deck.
Animal Will available today on Xbox.
Ну, грати на великій консолі в таку гру в Індії не дуже. Чи навіть в таку анімешку, я б не знаю. Ну, я б вже в неї би навряд чи б грав. Хоча я ж кажу, що на кожний товар є свій покупець. Що у людей, знаєш, різні смаки є. Різні смаки у людей. Є люди, яким подобається. А вони орієнтуються на японський ринок зараз. Xbox. На японський ринок орієнтуються. Хтось таке грає. В Інді є люди, яким подобається Інді. От ти типу ліг на диван перед сном і собі граєш там в портативці, от таку от. В Інді маленьку таку штучку граєш. Ну є такі. Ну, а я, наприклад, шутери взагалі не дуже люблю. А іншим дуже подобається. Іменно шутери. Хоча я в шутери теж люблю пограти. Ну от буде Call of Duty Black Ops 6, от ми його пограємо. В сюжетну кампанію пограємо. Ну сказати, що я фанат там шутерів, теж не скажу, що я фанат. Хоча Call of Duty, вона там, блін, просто мастерпіс, як вона зроблена якісно, блін. Ну, один із крутейших проєктів. Там Doom, наприклад, Doom. Що там ще? Ну, Stalker наш український. Stalker це взагалі топ. Сама очікувана гра зараз після Silent Hill, оцього другого, який вже вийшов, це Stalker 2. Вона 20 листопада виходить. Ну оця от гру, яку зараз показують, вона, як це, багатообіцяюче виглядає. Така Souls-like. Souls-like. Ну прикольно виглядає. Зараз побачиш бойовка. Така фентезі.
Steadfast heroes among them and treacherous villains as well.
На що похоже? Іменно сама бойовка.
I have seen the thrones brought low.
Вона ніби гарно виглядає, так? Ну гарно виглядає. І бойовка гарно виглядає. Але що це таке? Це сюжетка, що це таке? Це... Якщо це сюжетка, буде прикольно. Воно мені навіть чимось Трошки God of War нагадує. God of War навіть нагадує мені. По бойовці. Боси прикольні. На Бога війни схожа бойовка, правда? Ти теж подумав, да? На Бога війни бойовка схожа. Mistfall. В 25-му році. Mistfall. Якщо буде сюжетка, ну іменно сюжетка, там сюжет, є кампанія, то буде офігенно, прикольно. Mistfall. Hunter. Субнаутика непогана. Там під водою треба оце строїти, там плавати. Зараз ще покажуть Souls-like один. Ще один буде. Прикольний, дуже гарна графіка там. Там човішка головна героїня. Тайський. Ні, це якась байда на великах. Це яка гаднота під'їхала, блядь. І боси круті, вроді норм. Да, отой Mistfall, там і боси, і бойовка на Бога війни схожа. І я думаю, от якщо буде реально там сюжет, то буде офігенно. Дивлячись, що там, як вони його зроблять. Велики різні, типу. Подорожі на велику, типу. Це якась така дівчача гра, мені здається, ні? Я, може, помиляюсь. Це на Unity. Це графіка, це от така графіка, це на Unity. І рушій, двіжок. Unity називається. От така графіка. Таке собі. На любителя. Це фазмофобія. Це коопний шутер. Ой, не коопний шутер, а коопний хоррор. Типа ходиш, ловиш духів, там тікаєш від духів. Фазмофобія. Ну це треба в коопі грати. І в Діскорді говорити, типа там дух, це ти хороший. Типа. Ну, типа, треба мати мікрофон. Ти в коопі граєш, там ловиш духів, коротше. Need for на великах. Да, в жовтні виходить, в кінці жовтня, на Хеллоуін виходить. Це ж Хеллоуін, 29-го, починається 31 жовтня, Хеллоуін. Хеллоуін. Ну, зараз місяць Хеллоуіну.
This island offers everything you may need in your precious life.
Це пригодницька гра якась за хлопчика з собаку. Ну, графічно, візуально вона виглядає гарно. Магічна історія. Така сказка. Сказка непогана мені. Виглядає непогано. Ти знаєш, інколи і в сказку хочеться пограти. Сказки теж недавно. Герой такий собі пацанчик. Не дуже харизматичний, я б сказав. Але... Бабу. Майже Сабо. Чо не Сабо? Треба було Сабо назвати. Сабо. Бо гра про мене була. Оце взагалі непонятно, що це за хрінь, блін. Це, по-моєму, цей Вунчу. Вучан. Вучанка називається.
I will not rest until all traitors are silenced and our stolen kingdom return.
Souls-like.
Dares to question
Ну,
my
як Dark Souls.
standing in the way of my redemption.
Да, це вучанка. Ну вона гарно виглядає, реально. Офігенно виглядає. Гарний світ. Ну, це не типу Wukong, тому що тут... Мені здається, що вона відрізняється від Wukong. Вона більш кровава. Ну, вон Будда теж є. Блін, і графіка гарна. Хрінно. Ну, от такий вид є. Магія. Бойовка прикольна. Ну, тут... Теж така фентезі. В графоні тут потужно. Боси ці, блін, як в Dark Souls. Виглядає по-сучасному. Гарно виглядає. Якщо вона не буде капець складна, я б її пограв реально. Мене єдине буває пугає, що ну, дуже складно. Хоча я Вуконга фактично пройшов. Вуконг. Да, я дійшов до останньої локації. Там практично до фінального босу. Не просто він уже достав. Вуконг. Просто от реально надоїв. Він дуже довгий, блін. Матриця перегрузила. Яка матриця? Типа... А, ти про ту фазмофобію, типа? Ні, то треба привидів ловити. Призраків треба ловити. А оце цей... Шутер, коопний шутер в Control. В світі Control. Це творці Alan Wake. Control, Макс Пейн, які Макс Пейн зробили, юрець. Вони зробили коопний шутер. От, на 3 людей. Онлайн. Онлайн. У 25-му році виходить. Від першого лиця, бачиш. Це всесвіт Control. Гра така Control. Вони зробили коопний цей шутер. Де ті почки підвішені? Firebreak. В 25-му році.
Learn how Remedy went about designing its
непогано.
first ever
Цікаво.
multiplayer game
Онлайн шутан.
exclusively on Xbox One.
Сеттінгу Control. Ось новеньке. Це, до речі, перший їх онлайн проект від студії Remedy. У них Max Payne був, Quantum Break, Control, Alan Wake 2. І от буде тепер ще онлайн у них шутер. В Control. В всесвіті Control. FBC Firebreak. Все, це кінець. Це кінець, юрець.
This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're listening to Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast. Now, finish this fight. Master Chief, out.
А, це голос Мастер Чіфа, який озвучує.
What's happening, friends? Welcome to Podcast Unlocked. It's episode 664. We are live. We all just watched the Xbox partner preview here. It is October 17th, 2024, 10:26 a.m. Pacific time for those of you keeping track at home. I'm Ryan McCaffrey, joining you as always alongside my Xbox friends at IGN, Stella Chung and Destin Legary. And they are in the studio in LA. I'm at home here in San Francisco. Guys, I want to start with the last game. There was a one more thing, and it was
Фоксі казав Silent Hill F подивитися ролик.
That game is FBC.
Давай подивимося ще ролик. Silent Hill F. 2 роки назад. Ого, 2 роки назад аж. Ну, 2 роки назад пройшло. А вони... Silent Hill F. Ну, тут 2 роки назад тільки було. Ну от.
Волосся вже не витримує.
Це, блін, реклама довбана. Ролик Silent Hill F. Фоксі просив подивитися, я Так, будемо вже закруглятися. Чи йдемо дивитися фільм Silent Hill? На Twitch. А мені треба тобі ссылку скинути на мій Twitch, да? Йдемо дивитися фільм Silent Hill. Юрець. Є годні шняги, да. Що, йдемо дивитися Silent Hill? Перший фільм Silent Hill. На Twitch канал можемо подивитися кіно на Твічі. Юрець, що сказав? Ну, мені треба тобі скинути посилання на мій Twitch канал. І, блін, я давно не стрімив на Твічі, мені треба... Мені треба нас попробувати. Блін, яке воно противне це. Це з неї виросли квіти, блін. Ой. Фу, жесть. Silent Hill F. Ну, блін, воно стрьомне таке, блін. Ну, побачимо, коли воно вийде. Так, мені треба тобі скинути посилання, якщо ми йдемо на Twitch. І мені треба настроїти... Так, секундочку. Юрець. Twitch. Мені треба настроїти посилання на Twitch, на мій. Якщо я хочу з Twitch'а стрімити. Вот мій Twitch канал. Оце мій Twitch канал. 96 фоловерів, бля. Twitch TV George Sobo. Диви, Юрець ТВ, Джордж. Да, класні є шняги.
Blizzard will launch Vessel of Hatred, the first expansion for Diablo 4. Players will venture into a new region of Sanctuary with an all-new character class and mercenary companions to fight alongside, and challenge themselves with a new endgame co-op experience, Dark Citadel. Also in October, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available on Xbox consoles, PC, and with Game Pass. Set in the 1990s, Black Ops 6 features a new campaign, incredibly deep multiplayer, round-based zombies, and redefined player movement throughout the game. The reaction to the beta has been phenomenal, and we can't wait to welcome players to the full game on October 25th. In November, players will take to the skies in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Some of you may everyone at CESA for your continued work on behalf of players, publishers, and game creators here in Japan.
StarCraft виходить на Xbox, до речі. StarCraft виходить на
Xbox. In the region. This year, more people are playing with Xbox across all devices in Asia than ever before. And we've seen the largest number of Xbox console players in the region to date. We have a terrific lineup of games from our creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, and Xbox Game Studios coming to Xbox consoles, PC, and Game Pass before the end of the year. Next week, the Starfield expansion, Shattered Space, will be available to players everywhere. It's the new story expansion to Starfield from the team at Bethesda Game Studios, where the players will explore a mysterious new planet while they find unique weapons, spacesuits, and gear. And as someone who's played a lot of Starfield, I'm pleased that players in Japan will get to experience a fully localized Shattered Space, with the interface, voice acting, and subtitles all available in Japanese. In October, Blizzard will launch Vessel of Hatred, the first expansion for Diablo 4. Players will venture into a new region of Sanctuary with an all-new character class and mercenary companions to fight alongside, and challenge themselves with a new endgame co-op experience, Dark Citadel. Also in October, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available on Xbox consoles, PC, and with Game Pass. Set in the 1990s, Black Ops 6 features a new campaign, incredibly deep multiplayer, round-based zombies, and redefined player movement throughout the game. The reaction to the beta has been phenomenal, and we can't wait to welcome players into the full game on October 25th. In November, players will take to the skies in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Some of you may remember that when we brought Microsoft Flight Simulator to Tokyo Game Show back in 2020, the very first world update the team created was focused on Japan. The audience here has grown significantly. We have more cool content planned for our Japanese players in the future, so stay tuned. And in December, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will make its debut. The team at Machine Games, in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, has crafted a first-person adventure game that puts players in the shoes of the world's most famous archaeologist, using his whip, his wits, and more than a bit of luck to overcome his enemies. And like Shattered Space, Indiana Jones will be localized in Japanese. Next year, our lineup of games keeps on going with Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom the Dark Ages, Fable, and more, all available on day one with Game Pass. I'm also proud to announce that on November 5th, StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft II will be available with PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. The StarCraft series helped define real-time strategy in esports and live streaming. And we're thrilled that even more players will get to experience the campaign and multiplayer modes from these two iconic games. So enjoy the rest of the show, and arigato gozaimasu.
got a brand new Xbox game showcase from Phil Spencer and his team, featuring a ton of reveals and surprises. There's a lot to talk about. Who better to talk about the present and future of Xbox than the
Ryan
Xbox
McCaffrey
himself? They want to hear from you, my friend, not me. Phil Spencer, thank you and welcome to IGN Live.
Thanks, Ryan.
Короче, я уже тут приліг, короче, говорит. Будем скоро закруглять, да?
We have 1 hour together on the dot, and we have some friends coming in halfway through, some other awesome Xbox developers. So
people who actually build games.
I don't want to waste a second with you here, and I want to start. I said this earlier on this stage. I think you just had the best showcase you've ever had. I really mean. I said it before you got here.
Thank you, Ryan.
It really was fantastic. Now, I know you plan these things months and months in advance. For anybody that doesn't know, that planning for this starts like the beginning of the year kind of thing.
That's right.
It's crazy. So, I'm curious. At what point do you, with this one this year, do you get a feeling that, oh, this one's looking pretty good?
Yeah,
Don't be humble. Just tell us the real answer here.
Honestly, until our fans, the customers, you guys give us the feedback, Aaron Greenberg and I were talking about this 2 weeks ago. Now, the thing that probably hit me the most was obviously just the passion of the teams, of putting their amazing work on stage and seeing so many teams do great work. But it was based, I'd say, 2 months ago when I just looked at the kind of scale of the franchises, how much work the teams were doing to show up in the way they did, and the partners that we had in the show. I was in awe of this show.
There's a couple games I want to ask you about specifically before we'll talk about some other stuff too. But the one that I said, right, for me, of all the great stuff from today, stole the show for me was something I wasn't expecting to see today again, which was Perfect Dark.
I knew you were going to say that.
Perfect Dark. A first-person spy espionage, some parkour, a little Mirror's Edge in there, which I love.
All playable, all in-game.
Yeah. And that game's been cooking for a long time.
It has.
That we've followed.
The partners at Crystal have been doing amazing work there.
Yeah, Crystal was brought in to help it keep going. So what has it been like for you to kind of follow the very long trajectory of that game from, it started with Daryl Gallagher starting a studio. And
just down the street.
Yeah, and now we're finally here. So how has it been kind of getting to this point with Perfect Dark?
Yeah, in parallel, building a studio while you're building a game, and something that Perfect Dark back to N64 and obviously us with PDZ on 360, there's just such anticipation for that game, and I really appreciate everybody's patience, because we've been talking about this for a long time, and my team can verify this. When I saw it, I said, this is the one that Ryan's going to love, because we know his love for Spy, and I said, this is the one. And just so proud of the team, and it really just came together so well. And, a cool little story. Daryl had our other studio heads down at the studio just yesterday and walked through that same section in-game to show them, this is a game being played. And I love seeing our community of creators coming together that way.
Well, another, the one more thing, which we were all hoping for and got, was a new Gears of War game, but it wasn't. It wasn't Gears 6.
It was not.
It was not Gears 6. So, you have a visibility into everything, but I'm curious, when you're in a meeting with, maybe it's Matt Booty, maybe it's Alan Hartman, but the Coalition folks, when you learn that they've gone down the E-Day road, the prequel road, rather than Gears, what was your reaction when you found out that was going to be the next direction for Gears of War?
Well, you know this. We've had some changes in leadership at the studio. Rod, who was there, is now leading Diablo for us. So I actually thought, a Diablo game I'm playing a ton of, I thought it was a nice opportunity for that team to establish their Gears, right? And following on Gears 5, just because the numerical thing, I think it would this was an opportunity for them to take it back to an origin story that I know that has a lot of real depth to it in terms of Emergence Day, and tell that story through the Coalition as it is today. I thought, what a great opportunity. I was excited. And then you probably saw, I know you heard it,
the Mad World tune in the piece.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for those of us who remember the 360 commercial, like, how iconic was that? So when they went back and sourced that and brought that through the piece, I think it just showed that they kind of stayed true to what Gears is, but tell a new story, new arc.
Now, you're wearing a very cool Xbox Pride shirt today, but a year ago at the Xbox Showcase, you freaked out people like me by wearing a Hexen shirt, which is a game that I have very near and dear to my heart. And now, well, then too, you had just acquired Hexen. You own that as part of many other things. But then today, I see the reveal for Doom: The Dark Ages, and I go, well, wait a second.
How awesome was that?
Hold on. Are you secretly making a Hexen game in the Doom universe? Because I know you and I share the love for this.
Yeah. No, I would like to say I'm actually smart enough to predict anything like that. I wasn't. But definitely, if you look at Doom Dark Ages, and thanks to Marty and the team, they let me introduce that, right? So I got to come out, and like I was going through all my old school stories. For those as old as me who remember it's Doom 1 on a floppy going, my only PC that could run it was my PC at Microsoft. So I would sneak it at night, put it in so I could play. So the opportunity to stand there and get to announce a Doom and then Doom Dark Ages, which definitely has some Hexen in it. And I just thought, Hugo and the team, fantastic work. I'm so proud.
Now, I can't help but bring up something that's been a topic of conversation a lot recently, which is that Doom: The Dark Ages is also going to ship on PS5, something that you've done with some other games. So can you, from a business level, like, can you walk me through, you paid $7.5 billion to acquire Bethesda's ZeniMax. So what's the calculus, like, what's the process there for deciding, like, okay, new Doom, let's keep it multi-platform as it has been, or just put it on Xbox. So what's kind of the thought process there?
Well, on Doom, it's definitely one of those franchises that has a history on so many devices.
Yeah.
I think they have like Doom running on a lawnmower somewhere when you go back. But, and it's a franchise that I think everybody deserves to play. I'm really proud of what the team, and to be honest, like I was in a meeting with Marty and the team a couple of years ago, and I asked Marty what he wanted to do. And he said he wanted to ship it on all platforms. I said, let's go do that. Like, it was as simple as that. Now, I want to bring it back, though, because I get a lot of questions about, hey, if I'm an Xbox owner, what does it mean? And what I want to say, and I thought it showed up so well in the show today, you saw an amazing collection of games that are coming to Xbox. They're going into Game Pass day one. And Game Pass showed up so well. If you buy the game on our console, you get to play it on PC. You buy it on PC, so the cross entitlement stuff is all there, and we're focused on future hardware with forward compatibility. Our commitment to our Xbox customers is you're going to get the opportunity to buy or subscribe to the game. We're going to support the game on other screens, and you are going to see more of our games on more platforms. And we just see that as a benefit to the franchises that we're building. And we see that from players, and the players love to be able to play.
Well,
thank you.
There you go. I have to do the journalistically responsible thing now and bring the mood down. Otherwise, the internet would tear me apart. So I wanted to ask you, you haven't really commented publicly much in the last couple months. So I wanted to ask you about the studio closures and Tango Gameworks and some of the thoughts behind the decision making there. I mean, you had a critical darling in Hi-Fi Rush. You had folks like Aaron Greenberg saying it checked all these boxes for us and did all the right things here. So, walk me through the decision of why. Really, Tango specifically, not to disrespect the other studios that were closed, but that was the one that really seemed to kind of stick in the community's craw a bit. So I'm hoping here that you can take the opportunity to address that closure and some of the recent changes in Xbox.
Yeah, the closure of any team is hard, obviously, on the individuals there, hard on the team. And I try to spend all of my focus, as you said, I haven't been talking publicly about this, because right now is a time for us to focus on the team and the individuals. It's obviously a decision that's very hard on them, and I want to make sure through severance and other things that we're doing the right thing for the individuals on the team. It's not about my PR, it's not about Xbox PR, It's about those teams. In the end, I've said over and over, I have to run a sustainable business inside the company and grow. And that means sometimes I have to make hard decisions that frankly are not decisions I love, but decisions that somebody needs to go make. We will continue to go forward. We will continue to invest in what we're trying to go do in Xbox and build the best business that we can, which ensures we can continue to do shows like the one we just did.
On the the Activision Blizzard saga, that's all been, that probably maybe
you called it saga.
Well, I don't know. Did it from covering it and watching it, it felt like it put like 5 years on my life.
Yeah.
As somebody that covers Xbox, I can't imagine how it was for you. But as that came to a close, and you started integrating them into Activision Blizzard King, into Xbox Studios, has that changed the way that you think about running the business at all? Because the organization just got quite a bit larger, almost overnight in a sense.
No, I mean, we're still, and I hope we show this today, we're going to be about building great games for people to play, about giving them choice on Xbox to go play. We've got a broader library of games. The thing I'm starting to see, which I really love, is the organic collaboration between our teams that are coming out and trying to build that community of creators that, I mean, you and I will go back to the time of Xbox where we basically had 4 games. Fable, Forza, Gears, Halo. And we would just literally every 4 years. And I would have to come to E3 and I'd somehow try to make those 4 games seem different every year for the community. And now what we have in gaming is just an amazing collection of teams and franchises that are doing great work. So I think, I feel an added responsibility as somebody who loves this industry for the franchises that show up on our stage. But I still think in the end, it's about putting amazing games out. Like, I'm really proud of the work that Ninja Theory did with Hellblade and how Hellblade's been the response to that. And we have an amazing internal team now that's focused on us doing a bunch of Unreal games as an example. And then you see things like South of Midnight, which might have been my game of the show. I thought it looked so good. You got Perfect Dark, you have Gears. So, like, for us, as the organization gets bigger, I think it's just more important that we can take bets together and try to do innovative, creative things, and that will continue to drive us.
All right, well, we've got to take a very quick break, but we've got lots more Phil Spencer talking all things Xbox right here on IGN Live, so don't go anywhere.
Thank you. That's so cool.
Are you sure you want to investigate this, Indy?
I can't let this go. It could be the best kept secret in history.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past. Boss believes they hold a kind of power. A discovery that could change the world.
What were you doing out there?
Fresh air! We have to find the stones, Gina. Or they will. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you'd get a perfectly aligned circle.
The Great Circle.
Exactly.
I intercepted the Morse code coming from the Himalayas.
Where Voss is sending all of his men.
Is that a...
battleship? Yep. Let's get a closer look. Gotta find the stone and get off this ship.
What's that in his hands? What does it say?
Earth something. What was that?
We'd better hide. Ciao.
Hey!
Hands behind your head.
Where's the stone, you American rat?
What stone?
Have you ever heard of Höhenangst?
Fear of heights?
Yes! And I have it. I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept you narrow-minded Americans will never understand! Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the fatherland. You have no purpose. What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Ha 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 ha. You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk through fire for the devoted men of the Reich. Give me that stone. Now!
Can't give you what I don't have.
I shall search your corpse to make sure!
Please wait.
Give me the stone.
Gina.
We gotta get out of here.
Help me!
The stone! The stone!
Gina! Haltet sie auf! Erschießt sie!
Hab dich.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Oh my goodness! What did we think of that? I mean, I thought it looked phenomenal, and the fact that again, like I own all consoles, so I'm not, what is it? I'm console agnostic. Is that the right term that I'm using?
You do not worship any console god.
Well, yeah, no. But hey, I mean, I'm on Beyond, which is a PlayStation focused podcast, and I gotta say, I was pretty happy to see that it's coming out next year on PS5. But of course, Xbox fans out there, you're going to be getting it later on this year, I do believe, December 9th, 2024. Kat, what's your takeaway on Indy?
I mean, my takeaway is, when is it coming on a Nintendo Switch? If we're going to put it on PlayStation, the time is now. Put Indy on there. But I think that is one of the most impressive looking games of the show. Troy Baker does a killer Indiana Jones. Yeah. I do have some questions about how relevant Indiana Jones is still as a franchise, because Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny really came and went, and it feels like it's a franchise that's really for a certain age, but it's clear that Machine Games is approaching it from a place of love. I will say that it will never top Fate of Atlantis, which is forever and always the best Indiana Jones game ever made.
That's what I keep hearing. Matt, what's your, I guess, takeaway from this particular game? And also, like, do you have like are you an indie guy?
I like the indie movies. I don't know if I'm an indie guy, but I don't know what that means. Like, I don't own a hat or a
You don't own a fedora?
I don't own a
Do you want any leather jackets?
I don't own the leather jackets. I don't know if that's like an aesthetic for me, so I don't know if I can call myself an indie guy.
Are you a Raiders of the Lost Ark person, a Last Crusade person, or are you more of a Temple of Doom?
Народ, добраніч. Всім дякую ще раз.
I like the first movie the best.
І смачного.
And then Last Crusade is the second best, and I don't really like talking about Temple of Doom. I think that one's kind of a
And then nothing much
збирається їсти.
Weren't you running from a boulder the other day?
Yeah, that was just
Рис з рибою і салатом.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah, it was a wrong.
Юрець.
To answer the question,
Це на
I think it
зв'язку.
looks great, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be
зустрічі,
playing on
народ.
December 9th, because like you, I own all the consoles. Yeah, so...
Канал IGN, є такий канал IGN. Хто хоче, якщо щось дивитися, вдруг на записі чи в прямих ефірах, є такий канал IGN.